Makes his move. Sprewell gets it. Latrell Sprewell knocks down the three. Ball tipped, knocked loose. Ewing had it. Here comes Sprewell. 3-on-1 for the Knicks. Sprewell, so good on the open floor, gets it to Allan Houston.
And that time you saw it against an interior play.
Sprewell able to put it in. And the Knicks will need that again because Ewing has had some slow starts in the postseason. Houston with his ankle is not going to be explosive tonight, so someone else is going to have to step forward. It's on Kurt Thomas. Sprewell gets inside, left-handed, beautiful move from Latrell Sprewell.
Amazing grace for Spree. You see Spree getting into the paint now, so he's been thriving in there. Previously 2 free throws, that time the left-handed scoop. See Davis' shot, folks. The rotation is counterclockwise.
Miller is on Sprewell. Sprewell gets him up in the air, leans in, shot is good.
And now again, Spree on the rampage. So like he did in Miami in Game 7, Sprewell with the hot hand.
He's got 11 of the Knicks' 23 points, nearly half. As the Knicks again down by 14. Opening minute, Houston able to put it in.
No distraction from the background.
Sprewell gets away off the pick and roll and puts it in. Latrell Sprewell now with 15 points.
Spree cruising and bruising with the jumper. He's been elusive all evening.
Yeah, down 19, but you still have to get that lead at some point. Sprewell falling away. Top shot rattles in.
Spree, a master of improvisation. Improvising that time along the baseline. Offense.
Houston now makes his move, gets inside. Left-handed shot is good. Beautiful move from Houston. Knicks have done a better job on the boards here in the third quarter.
They want Ewing again along the baseline.
Goes inside, out to Sprewell. Sprewell puts it in.
This time he's the recipient with the swish.
11 points, 9 assists for Mark Jackson. The Indiana lead back to 5. Sprewell hard to the glass. What a move from Sprewell.
And he's been elusive all evening. Not only an icon in basketball, but in Indiana for sure.
Just crowd of that, except he was scoring the ball. He's got to still look to penetrate.
Latrell Sprewell with New York's first bucket. Nice ball movement by the Pacers, but finally they have to settle for a Smith outside shot. The movement was good. The shot selection not so good. The ball movement didn't get him any closer to the rim. Sprewell ducks under and scores.
This matchup, Jalen Rose, Latrell Sprewell, dynamic, vibrant.
Remember in Game 1 where the Knicks got an advantage was early offense, and they trying to establish it here. Sprewell for 3.
Latrell Sprewell was 7 points early. New York has hit 5 of their 6 shots, and Sprewell is 3 for 3.
His back was fused at the end of his career. Numerous operations on his feet.
Houston, right.
But they've had Smith shooting a lot of deep jump shots. Deep jump shot by Houston.
Oh. And Allan Houston answers. Houston has had the best of Miller so far.
Baseline was open, and you see the result.
Allan Houston has 9.
So many years at the top, though, competing for the ultimate prize. Elusive so far. Question is, has time finally caught up with this Knick team?
Sprewell passed up an easy shot.
But made another one. He doesn't like easy. Harry Johnson
got much greater jumping ability.
Allan Houston. So only the second field goal by New York this quarter, and Houston has 11. He's 5 of 8.
Tearing him out.
Tacks it out to Latrell. Pull-up shot, good. Latrell Sprewell starting to feel it. He has 12 points. We've seen him get hot. He's one of those street shooters. Allan Houston attacking Reggie Miller again now. Beautiful shot. Houston pulling up with that soft jumper. He has 13. He's outscored Miller 13-5 in their individual matchup.
Looking for Jalen Rose against a smaller child.
And Childs anticipates the pass. Here's Sprewell to Houston.
Exactly what the New York Knicks need. Chris Childs has provided a terrific spot.
Since they are up 5-4.
Oh, nice split.
Sprewell gets the soft roll, and he puts New York back on top by 1. It's Sprewell having to chase it down. Latrell Sprewell, beautiful.
Larry Bird has seen enough. Timeout.
He wants a 20-second timeout, but the defense has become very porous, and the crowd is alive here at the Garden.
The Knicks, the adjustments, the new style, they found their game with Larry Johnson in the open court, finishing high above the rim, and then Sprewell with the court spread. All the big guys out with injuries. Rick Smits way too late. Never a shot blocker himself, Rick Smits. Van Gundy, finally, a sense of satisfaction, some relief. Right back.
All-around good guy with you.
Ward swipes it. Ward still pushing. Now he delivers to Sprewell. Got it.
That's the Knick basketball that they have to play right now. That's what they did in last year's Eastern Conference Finals. Defense, leading the transition opportunities, and Sprewell on the run.
Gary, I mean, their biggest lead was in that first quarter, and Indiana overcame it. Houston.
Allan Houston, yes. Little finger roll. It rolled around the rim and fell through for Allan, who has 18. Sprewell with 21, Houston with 18 to lead New York.
Maybe giving Indiana the edge, and they're going to be concerned about Houston.
Great ball fake, shot good. Miller bit on the fake, leaving Houston open to put in number 20. And once again, Charlie Ward is making a significant but unsung contribution to this New York effort. Larry Johnson winded. He wants out of the game. Sprewell.
Van Gundy should just ignore Larry Johnson. Just turn on. I didn't see you, Larry.
Kind of like Chris Childs ignored that timeout call.
Stays with Charlie Ward.
Sprewell.
You know, the key to keeping there with Charlie Ward, and because he's been so aggressive, Sprewell.
Sprewell pivoting out of the double team to lay it in. He has 27 points on 11 of 19 shooting. And Latrell Sprewell coming to the fore here in the fourth quarter, which has been a sore point for Sprewell and the Knicks. Here he spins free of the double team to lay it in. And then Travis Best stripping the ball away and looked to be heading in for an easy bucket. But watch Charlie Ward race to get into position and take the charge. It'll be New York ball when we return. The Knicks up 75-68.
Basketball, they have 68 points. What's that all about?
Sprewell. You want some fourth quarter points? Sprewell has 6 already in the fourth and 29 in the game.
You don't think they're doing the job as well as they could defensively. Houston.
Determined drive to the basket, and he got it. Allan Houston lowered his head, and nothing was going to stop him, and he's given New York its biggest lead of the game. Houston with 22.
With Latrell Sprewell.
Allan Houston.
This is a matchup Houston has to take advantage of.
Right on cue. Allan Houston shoots it over Mark Jackson to score. 24 falls
into thinking that the way to win the ball game is with the three-point shot.
As opposed to that play, they bring it up one side, go to their main guy, Allan Houston. He draws some defense. They swing it to the other side, and Sprewell delivers. Team basketball.
And Ward, the rebound.
Get running here. Attack if you're Latrell Sprewell. Nice passing.
Thomas has to kick it back outside. Look at the move by Houston. Gorgeous move.
New York, 6 for 8, 75%. Sprewell makes it even better.
Sprewell splitting defenders to the rim for the jam, his first basket.
Getting the ball to the rim themselves. Miller again from outside.
Long two is no good. Sprewell has it.
Big men running the floor. Larry Johnson, Kurt Thomas creating opportunities for others.
Thomas, ball fake, got Smits in the air. Now Sprewell challenging the big man and goes glass over Rick Smits. New York has hit 9 of their first 11 shots, 82%. Jalen Rose.
And the points in the paint continue to be dominated by the Knicks. They're off again.
Well, they got 5 guys in white trying to run the floor, and they get the ball to Thomas and another 2 inside. Larry Bird stands up and says, guys, we got to talk.
The New York Knicks beating the Pacers down court time and again, getting the high percentage looks. They've scored 8 in a row, and they're blistering the Nets at over 80% shooting in this first quarter. Latrell Sprewell hammers one home, and the New York onslaught continues. 83% shooting. They've hit 10 of their first 17 with high percentage shots like that one by Kurt Thomas and Latrell Sprewell.
Up the court in transition, Larry Johnson seeing it all happen. The Pacer big men are not getting back. All New York midway through the first quarter. Marcus can be quick off the floor.
5 on the clock.
Houston and one.
Dale Davis for 15-foot jumpers off 7 dribbles. How is Indiana going to win that one?
Sprewell. Latrell Sprewell now with 7 first-half points, playing with that broken bone in his foot. New York leads Indiana in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals with 2:44 left till halftime. Mark Jackson had it stripped away. Here's Allan Houston racing against Miller. Pulls up and scores.
This was a team that we thought was decimated coming into today's performance. They're looking clearly the superior team as Sprewell continues the roll.
Does that look like a man that's got a broken foot? I ask you.
No. The final score not indicative of the Knicks' domination.
Houston for 3. Allan Houston has 11, and Charlie Ward again getting the ball where it needs to be.
Knicks aren't running as explosively as they were in the first half. But who needs it?
Allan Houston.
Yeah, as long as you're making baskets, who needs it?
And 11 of those coming in the second half.
Well, that's what Jalen Rose adds to this team. Somebody who can get their own shot off the dribble. That's Sprewell. That's his game and has been since he joined the league.
Pivoting his way to the hoop, he gets his 11th point.
And then with Sprewell, the response. What championship teams need. How are you going to come back?
You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Ewing is moving fine, freely up and down the court.
Latrell Sprewell. Sprewell hits his first shot, and New York back in front.
So the Knicks have control of the first 4 minutes of play. Looking for Houston.
Davis with his first foul. New York has not missed a shot. 3 for 3 from the floor, 2 for 2 at the line, and now 4 for 4 as Allan Houston gets in on the shot party.
New York is playing with an incredible amount of precision, toughness, heart right now, knowing how valuable this game is.
Rick Smith's got a brick 2 feet from the basket. Here's Ward.
Nice pass.
Houston. And New York still has not missed. 5 for 5.
Larry Bird needs a timeout.
He's been standing a long time and trying to let him play out of it, but he's going to have to give him some sort of direction as they come to the break.
The hot-shooting New York Knicks take the lead early.
Allan Houston going one-on-one, isolated against Reggie Miller, something that he did all through the series last year. And now Allan Houston in transition. New York out early. Very, very strong. Delivering game to game, not just parts of game, as Steve mentioned in the open.
Well, you know, he's got to be more selfish. He's got the kind of ability that can dominate his position and his opponent. My, are the Knicks ever going to miss a tough shot?
A double clutch by Sprewell, and the Knicks are 7 for 7.
But when Sprewell gets this kind of momentum going to his strong right hand, the Pacers have had no success whatsoever about taking away the dominant hand of the Knicks. But Jim Gray talked about the shaky confidence that Bird was concerned about with his team. Allan Houston.
Houston for 3. Allan Houston has been scorching the Nets from three-point range. Houston pull up 3. Allan Houston. 10 points already for Allan. And the New York lead 37-19. Sprewell for New York.
But notice how much slower the New York Knicks are coming out of the backcourt now.
Work the ball around to Charlie Ward. He penetrates. Back to Ewing, who finds Houston for 3.
That is a terrific play by Ewing. That's playing completely within the framework of this current team.
This is a Game 7 Sunday in Indiana. Here's a steal. Charlie Ward, Sprewell against Jackson, laid it in.
Patrick Ewing playing the defense here, pokes this ball away and then quickly gives it up to Charlie Ward. He sprints out. By him taking one lane, that forces the defense to always give recognition to Patrick Ewing.
That time he played with some authority. Miller.
This is his first shot. Sprewell the long rebound. 3-on-3 break. Sprewell pull up 15-footer.
I'd get him the ball. Looks pretty sharp early.
Now, one thing Indiana cannot do and survive is to let Charlie Ward come that far down the floor and set their offense. And they haven't been able to get to the Indiana Pacers, particularly at the point with Mark Jackson.
But Jackson is controlling the flow. He's the guy that's getting the assist, setting guys up. Nice swing pass.
Sprewell open three.
Sprewell is the one who's sizzling for New York. He needs more touches. He can't be the guy who handles it only at the end of a broken scramble play.
You see Rick Smith go flying by, which means he's going to be trying to rebound the ball tonight, which is not his strength. Houston.
Allan Houston. Houston, coming off a 25-point performance in Game 5, has 4 tonight.
What the rest of the Knicks have to realize as Sprewell continues his scorching performance, everyone is running and moving. Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller, Derek McKee delivering.
Allan Houston delivers. Houston's 6 points. Nice screen set by Camby.
What is Austin Crozier doing?
Sprewell.
Well, when Sprewell is on this kind of roll, you got to make sure that you keep feeding him the ball and keep him in that medium range. 11 first quarter points for Sprewell.
On 5 of 7 shooting.
And picks up his second personal, but the Knicks find the red-hot Sprewell down on the baseline, and when he's got it going, he's a very difficult guy to cover, and Jalen Rose gamble trying to get you the ball.
So close to the championship, the finals, comes from your superstars, with Latrell Sprewell and Allan Houston being those guys for the New York Knicks. Sprewell was out early. He had 5 for 8 shooting, 11 points in the first quarter alone. Allan Houston was posting up Reggie Miller, getting lobs over the top. The jumpers from the perimeter were going for Sprewell and Houston as well.
But neither team has scored in about 2.5 minutes. Chris Childs, since coming in, has been a big part of the New York offense, so there's what they need. And Allan Houston outside shot. Houston has 8, and the Knicks are within 1. Now, with 1:15 left in the half, it's 46-38. Sprewell, multiple fakes and one as Miller went for the ball fake by Latrell Sprewell, and Reggie commits his second foul.
The more you're able to attack the other team's best offensive weapon, the greater overall success you'll have. Sprewell just steps right underneath. Or Kurt Thomas has one, putting a lot of pressure on the rest of the guys.
Yeah, but they can't feel sorry for themselves. They got to fight through. They got to stay with the guys that are doing it for them and try to figure out a way to get involved.
Sprewell made a nice move. Ball fake, got Jalen Rose to commit. Then he stepped under and delivered. And a 20-second timeout taken by the Pacers. We'll be right back to the Garden.
Knicks starting to get the running game going. Their first fast break opportunity, that last one, in over 18 minutes.
Smits get past to Jackson. Rose for 3. Good ball movement. No payoff. Sprewell. Pull up.
Now, I guarantee you, he will not say a thing about that foot tonight because everything is working for him.
Knicks trying to get Larry Johnson involved here.
Sprewell's had the hot hand. Wild shot, and again, he gets the friendly roll. Latrell Sprewell with 20 points.
He's moving at a different pace than everyone else is. He's giving the ball and get out of his way.
He's scored the last 6 New York points.
But with Latrell Sprewell doing everything, transition, everybody backpedaling, pull up and pull the trigger. Moving without the ball, curling over the top. Smits, Dale Davis, too late. The kind roll for Latrell Sprewell.
Tied at 52. New York on an 11-2 run to start the quarter. All 11 by Sprewell and Ewing.
The Knicks have come alive here behind the electric play of Latrell Sprewell, who has got the Pacer defenders reeling, standing back flat-footed. The penetration, the dish to Ewing. The slice off the down screen by Ewing. And then Charlie Ward, who hasn't even taken a shot tonight, draws two defenders. And that frees up Patrick Ewing for a three-point play and sends Rick Smith to the bench.
They've been going with the two hot hands, Ewing and Sprewell.
Travis Best replaces Jackson for Indiana as Latrell Sprewell finds the range. He leads the Knicks scoring parade with 23 on 9 of them in the quarter.
When you play with that kind of bounce in your step this late in a series, this late in the season, that inspires everyone. All of it on top of a broken foot. Has there ever been a team in NBA history that has more left-handed players than the Indiana Pacers?
Allan Houston. Houston becomes the first player other than Sprewell or Ewing to score in this third quarter.
Larry Bird can't believe that wasn't called traveling.
Houston back out to Sprewell for three.
Well, Patrick Ewing and Sprewell played the entire quarter. They were the offensive energy that got them back in the ball game. We'll see how long they go.
It could go 5 overtimes and he would still be out there.
Sprewell. And the crowd exploding as he knocked in the three-pointer to open the fourth quarter.
Is still one of the top 4 centers in the NBA, along with Shaq, David Robinson, and Alonzo Mourning.
Sprewell a three-point opportunity. Patrick apparently done for the night with 18 points, 12 rebounds in 38 minutes of play.
Get their first opportunity.
Larry Bird has told us unequivocally as Sprewell tries to answer and does with a three. But he said, Bird, that even if the team wins the championship, he's not coming back as the coach.